Hello, candidates. How would you like to see the city grow its relationships with neighboring First Nation communities, and how do we make the city an even more welcoming place for newcomers from around the world at the same time?
Thank you. Sarah, we're going to start this round with you, please.
Thank you. Well, this is another one where we're back to relationship building. We need to be getting out to these communities, inviting them together to the table to have discussions. What is our values? What are their values? How do these values align, and how can we work together? And as we continue to build those relationships, we will see that we're probably not that far apart, and that there are many opportunities to collaborate and work together. I'd also love to see the community be more open and welcoming to newcomers. I know that my family and I love to attend the World Fair that's put on most years, that highlights all of the different ethnicities that do call Fort St. John home. And so building upon that, building that into every event that we have, and educating all of our communities on the other ethnicities that do live with us side by side in our community will be important. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Tristan, your response, please.
So as a person of color and the only minority running for city council, I think it's very important to have representation in our elected officials so that they can see themselves in places of power, as well as feel like their voices are heard. I think it's important for there to be diversity and for people to feel like they have a voice in council. And I also think that when it comes to making people feel more accepted, we need education and we need awareness. Growing up in Fort St. John, I was the victim of racism all the time. As a minority, it was something that was very commonplace and something I just kind of took. It was something, and it's something that is my burning passion in life, is to fight racism. When it comes to engagement with our Indigenous communities, I think we need to do way more, and having way better relationships and providing more opportunities for our Indigenous youth can go a long way.
Thank you, Tristan. Jim, your reply, please.
Yes, thanks for the question there. I would like to see some cross-training, if you want to say, our counselors going out to the Doik or the Blueberry or the halfway First Nations, and just sitting in on their council meetings and see how they're run and what they talk about and what's important to them. And I'd also like to see, the Doik and the halfway and the Blueberry come into our council meetings and sit down and just see how they're run. And, they're not that far apart. And also, during the Doik days or, the Winter Festival, I would like to see more involvement, cross back and forth. And it just makes for good relationships, because we're all in this together. So thank you.
Thank you. Thomas, your reply, please.
Thank you so much. Our Indigenous communities are absolutely our partners across everything that we do on a day-to-day basis. And inclusivity is paramount to that. To start off with, I would like to see us engaging a little bit more with them. I do know that the existing council does talk to them on a regular basis. I actually got to sit down with one of the band managers here over the last couple of months and learned a lot more about what they do, what they would like to see, and the help that they would like to garner from the city and the things that they would like to partner on. And I think that that's really important for us to get back to that. Yes, we can be partners, we can work on things together, and it can help our community and it can help their community. It's a win-win. It's not a zero-sum game. If we can find win-wins working with our First Nations communities and really working towards an inclusive environment in the city at the same time, that's a win all day long. Obviously, yeah, so I'm out of time. So.
Thank you, Thomas. And Jonathan, please.
All right, so being someone who is Métis heritage, partnering with First Nations and our Indigenous partners, the Doig, Halfway, the Deniza, the Blueberry, it's so important. I am so grateful for the current council and the mayor for the amount of work that they have done in making sure that they are getting included, as we've seen with the Festival Plaza, the RCMP station. But there is definitely more we can do. I would go as far to say as I would love to see very, very much so a very diverse city council, having our Indigenous partners right on council, having minorities on council. One of the things that some may have seen was that I was constantly posting to get people in the Multicultural Society to run for council, because I believe, as Tristan says, we need a more diverse council 100%.